generation to generation. The door of our door, these lips will praise your name.
We continue our worship on this Yom Kippur day with Yizkor, our service of remembrance. As Jews, we are committed to remembering our close relatives who have passed away, to keep their memory and good name with us. Each year, we say the mourners Kaddish on their yahrzeit, the anniversary of their death, and 4 times a year, on Yom Kippur, on Shmini Atzeret, the final day of Passover, and the 2nd day of Shavuot. We gather to remember them at a community worship called Yizkor, which means remembrance. We begin this service with Higher Moment, the lyrics which have been gathered from words of comfort to mourners.
The sun comes up, the sun goes down, a life made up of days. The road goes on and on. Those who walk that road with us were always in their gaze. They hold us and mold us till we look and they are gone. When the bond between us shatters, we hear that voice within that tells us to begin. We learn what really matters is that the ones we cannot see, they live in you and live in me. And so we praise your name. We can't help but heed the call to the higher moment in us all. And so we praise your name. Awaken to the one that speaks of you. Family, friends, and those we love, ties that seem so strong, a song that we adore. They sing to us in harmony and carry us along. They hold us and fold us till the songbird sings no more. When cherished ties are broken, with a grief that's all unfurled, we turn and face the world. So many words unspoken, those you love never depart, because they live inside your heart. And so we praise your name. We can't help but heed the call to the higher moment in us all. And so we praise your name. Awaken to the one that speaks of you. Just as winter turns to spring, take my hand and let us sing of light and hope, renewal and rebirth. And though our joy mingles with sorrow, we will face a new tomorrow and glorify your name throughout the earth. There are memories of all kinds in our hearts and in our minds, of roads and songs and people we recall. From September to September, we give thanks peace, and we remember that a higher moment waits within us all, and so we praise your name. We can't help but heed the call to the higher moment in us all, and so we praise your name. Awaken to the love that speaks of you. God, author of life and death, our wisdom is small, our vision short. One by one, our companions passing along the road of life disappear from our view. We know that each must walk in the same path to the doorway of the grave. We strain to see what lies beyond the gate, but all is darkness to our mortal sight.
You have created us in your image and made us share in your enduring righteousness. You have planted eternity into our hearts and implanted within each of us a vision of life everlasting and infinite. We cherish this hope in humility and faith, trusting in your endless goodness and in your wondrous love, always surrounding us.
Into your hands we commit the spirits of our dear ones, for you to keep faith with your children in death as in life.
Sustain us, God, that we may meet with calm serenity the dark mysteries that lie ahead, knowing that when we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you are with us, a loving friend in whom we put our trust. You are the light of life, our hope for eternity. At times of mourning, Jews traditionally focus on words of praise to God, taking comfort in the knowledge that the source of life watches over, heals, and protects us at our lowest moments. Esa Enai is recited by mourners of all faiths, affirming our partnership with the Creator. Psalm 121.
May Adonai
as we go and we come. Beata, Beata Olam, Esainai El Harim, Me'ayim Yavo, Yavo Ezri, Ezri Me'im, Me'im Adonai, Oseh Shamayim Va'aretz, Oseh Shamayim Va'aretz.
If some messenger were to come to us with the offer that death should be overthrown, but with the condition that birth should also cease, if the existing generations were to live forever, but there never was to be a child, a youth, a first love, never again new persons with new hopes, new ideas, new achievements, ourselves for always and never others, could the answer be in doubt? We shall not fear the summons of death, rather we shall remember those who have come before us and those who will come after us.
And for those who cannot sing and die with their music in them, let us treasure the time that we have and resolve to use it well, counting each moment precious. A chance to apprehend some truth, to experience some beauty, to conquer some evil, to relieve some suffering, to love and be loved, to achieve something of lasting worth.
Help us, God, to fulfill the promise that is in each of us, and so to conduct ourselves that generations hence it will be true to say of us, the world is better because for a brief space they lived in it.
Psalm 23, God is my shepherd, is another prayer of comfort to mourners of all faiths. It reassures us that we are not alone at our lowest moments.
Oh God, you are my shepherd, I shall not want. You make me lie in green pastures, you lead me beside still water, restoring my soul. You lead me in the right path, for the sake of your name, even when I walk the valley of the shadow of death. I fear no evil, for you are with me, with rod and staff you comfort me. You set a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows, for goodness and mercy follow all the days of my life. I will dwell in your house forever. The seasons come and seasons go. Dwell in God's house forever, forevermore. Oh God, you are my shepherd, I shall not want.
We remember with sorrow those whom death has taken from our midst during the past year. Taking these dear ones into our hearts with all our beloved, we recall them now with reverence. In the rising of the sun and in its going down,
We remember them. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them.
In the opening buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them.
In the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of summer, we remember them.
In the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them.
In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them.
When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them.
When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them.
When we have joys we yearn to share, we remember them.
So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them. We call to mind the names of our loved ones who are no longer with us, as we say the Yizkor prayer, keeping their light alive through the act of remembrance. We take a moment to remember them. Yizkor Elohim Nishmat Yikarai Shalachu Leolamim. Ana Tiyana Nafshatechem Tzururot B'Tzuror Chachayim V'Tichi Menuchatam Kavod Spas Machot Et Panecha Ne'imot B'Mincha Netzach. Amen.
May God remember forever my dear ones who have gone to their eternal rest. May they be at one with the one who is life eternal. May the beauty of their lives shine forevermore, and may my life always bring honor to their memory.
El Malei Rachamim is a plea to God to grant perfect rest to those who have entered eternal life, to be sheltered under the shadow of the wings of Shekhinah, the feminine, loving aspect of God.
El Malei Rachamim Shochen B'Amromim Hamseh Menucha Nochana Tachat Kanfei Hashkinah Im Kedoshim U'Dorim Chazor Harukiah Mazhirim Lenishmat Yakireinu Shehachu Le'olama Ba'ad Rachamim Yastirim B'Sefer Kinofov Le'omim V'yitzror Chachayim Et Nishmatom V'yenuchu Nachalatam V'yenuach B'Shalom Al Mishkavam V'nomar Amen.
Josh Nelson's prayer, Lidor Vador, reminds us of our connection to those who came before us. From generation to generation, we are linked.
We are gifts, we are blessings, we are history and song. We are hope and we are healing, we are learning to be strong. We are words, we are stories, we are pictures of the past. We are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. Ledor vador, nagid God lecha. Ledor vador, we protect this chain from generation to generation. Ledor vador, these lips will
together, we recite the Aramaic Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yamad divrach yiratei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayei chon v'yamechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agalav v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mivarach le'olam me'amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'krudisha b'richu. La'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, d'amiram v'yalman v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen.
Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael.
Our Yizkor service has now concluded. We reflect on our own lives and our imperative to live our lives to honor those who came before us.
From generation to generation, the door of our door, these lips will praise.